I want to keep this brief, but considering that Silver Palace announced a beta test, new information was revealed about its gacha system. Apparently, it will go with a similar approach as Arknights Endfield, and arguments started once more about Enfield's gacha system, this time primarily between hypergrifters and kurobots, with both sides trying to win the argument in yet another round of gacha tribalism. So, Silver Palace's gacha system will go with the 50-50 80 pull system, which does not carry over to the next banner if you lose, and a spark system that lets you collect a character after a certain number of pulls have been made, with 120 pulls being the guarantee for the featured character. Meanwhile, equipment banners have no 50-50 requirement, and one pull costs 360 premium currency. Sound familiar? Here's the thing, a gacha system is predatory no matter what, and the PT systems were added as a way to give people some semblance of hope compared to what we had back in the day when Japan was the main producer of anime gachas, and no PT banners with a 1% or below chance of getting a high rarity character were not a good long-term business model for the genre. Of course, some people in the Wuthering Waves community jumped into the discussion, reigniting the debates around the Endfield gacha system considering the similarities. On one hand, Wuthering Waves fans argue that the system is flawed because it does not provide a PT that carries over if you hit the standard 80 pull PT and lose the 50-50, while also requiring you to go all the way to 120 pulls to get the featured character. In the end, this forces you to go through the entire process all over again on the next banner. On the other hand, Endfield fans who defend this system argue that even though it seems less generous at first glance, the other two 6-star characters that you can get if you lose the 50-50 are also very useful in the meta, and you are not forced to get the basic standard banner characters. So, at the end of the day, your loss is not total. In this regard, the 50-50 in Wuthering Waves is much more punishing, because if you lose it, you are stuck with the 5 generic standard banner characters, with Wuthering Waves still refusing to add more older characters to the standard banner. This is compared to even Genshin, which rarely adds new characters to the standard banner, even though their value is questionable. Also, the Endfield character banner does not have any weapons on it, you are only getting characters. From personal experience with Enfield's gacha, I would say that compared to Wuthering Waves, I got more value out of it, and maybe that was because I was very lucky. Besides Lavatane and Gilberta, I did not lose any 50-50, getting Fangi, Mifu and Camille even before the 80 pull PT. I only missed Rossi and Tang Tang due to not playing the game during version 1.1. And here comes the issue. If you are very lucky, on the Endfield character banner, the weapon banner will not be that forgiving. For the Endfield weapon banner, there is another currency called arsenal tickets, which are obtained by pulling on the character banner. Depending on the rarity of the character you pull, you receive the following number of arsenal tickets: 2000 tickets for a 6-star character, 200 tickets for a 5-star, and 20 tickets for a 4-star. For a 10 pull on the weapon banner, you need 1980 arsenal tickets, and you cannot do single pulls. In this case, if you get the character early, you might end up without enough arsenal tickets to get that character's weapon, forcing you to either A. Choose a weapon from the weapon selectors, B. Use a 5-star weapon, C. Continue pulling on the character banner until you get enough arsenal tickets, or D. Open your wallet and buy bundles. Option C is also problematic because duplicates in Endfield are not yet as strong as they are in other gachas, so they might seem like a poor investment. In this regard, other gachas use the same currency for pulling characters and weapons, which makes obtaining a weapon less painful if you get very lucky. With Endfield, the biggest weakness of the gacha system is the weapon banner, due to its currency being tied to the character banner. even though Endfield provides better alternatives when you lose a 50-50 compared to its competitors. As a final thought, if Silver Palace decides to keep the current character gacha system, I hope they go with a similar approach as Endfield regarding what you can get if you lose the 50-50. However, I also hope that Silver Palace makes the better decision to provide a better weapon banner system than Endfield. I know it sounded like a lot of rambling, but that was it from my end. If you found this video informative, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.